Star fam. Ooh. Woo-cha. How are we doing? How are we do? Where is my? I just had it. Did I take it out with me? I think I did. Oh well. Hey! Don't mind this. Y'all know when I have this on, y'all know what it is. Mama got a zit. Mama got a zit, and that's the only thing that I have used successfully that has stopped me from not only picking my zits, but help my zits heal and, the whole skincare, healthy skincare routine stuff. You guys know, you know the vibes. How are we doing? How are we doing? I apologize for meeting you guys so late. I know we normally do this at 12 and 2 p.m., but if you watched my last live, you know that I was having issues with my internet and cable. Shout out to AT&T Uverse. DirecTV would have never did me like this. So it's been a couple of days now that I have had to dedicate the majority of my day to getting this situation fixed. And thankfully, it was fixed today, hopefully for good. We do not know, but that's where the majority of my day went to, which is why I'm meeting you guys right now. But thank you all so much for still tuning in, especially my East Coast people. I know it's late for you guys. What's up, Greta? Thank you for being here. Oh, thank you so much, Irene. Thank you. No, this actually isn't Starface, but I do have Starface. I don't know where it is. I'm going to do a review on that on my other channel, but I do have Starface. I do. Oh, thank you. Thank you, JL. Thank you so much. Kimberly said, Nikki, we need 90 day. The people are showing out. That was supposed to be today, Kimberly. I was supposed to do that. That live was supposed to be at 4. But again, I did not have any internet until like around 4 p.m. And that was when my third and last live of the day was supposed to go up. So I was not able to do it with you guys live. Here is what's going to happen with my channel moving forward for the rest of the week, just this Christmas week. The rest of, I will not be doing any lives this week. I may, but I'm just saying I won't schedule any this week. I may pop up, who knows, but I will not schedule any lives this week. All of my reviews after tonight's 2 lives will be edited, quick pre-recorded reviews. And then after Christmas week, starting on, oh shoot, hold on. Because we go right into New Year's, right? Let me see. Oh my goodness. Like, what's going on? Yeah, so Monday or Sunday, we'll start back up. We'll start back up with the lives. We're going to take a break on Friday and Saturday for the new year, and we'll be back Sunday. So for the rest of the week, everything is going to be pre-recorded, and then we're going to start back up on Sunday, the Sunday after Christmas. Just because it's going to be way too much going on, and I can't promise lives. I just can't. It's the week of Christmas. I still have, I just got one of my gifts that I ordered shipped in today. Thank you, Jesus. I did not think it would be here in time. Still got last minute Christmas shopping to do. Still got cooking and decorating. I just cannot promise a live, but I can promise that I can pre-record them and load them for you in a timely manner. So look out for that. But 90 day was supposed to be today. I wanted to do the first 2 episodes with you guys today, but I had no access. I need a studio. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share so mama can build. Hey, Drewski. Drewski said, Porsha saw that people are liking Dennis more than her and had to think quick, honey. I will say this, Peach Juice. Dennis is coming off very likable and he's making a lot of sense. He didn't give me Menace this episode. Like, I am seeing him in a different light. I told you guys, I watched Porsha's baby shower thing and I just wasn't interested. Dennis did not seem like a good guy. Like, I'm not excusing him cheating on his pregnant fiance. Like, not at all, right? However, watching this show, he seems like a really nice guy that makes a lot of sense. And I just can't see him being the villain the way Porsha sees him. I just can't see it. Well, I mean, like, this is your show, right? All the facts will be presented. You're an executive producer. I know you don't have as much power as Truly Original, who is a production company, but still, like, this is what you guys gave the show. This is what was put out there with your permission. And I don't know if you watched it before and thought that the viewers would see it another way, but I'm kind of becoming Team Dennis. He's just making sense. He's just making sense. I'm like, I didn't get Menace. I got Sensible Man this episode, but we will get into it. Yasmin said, Tracy Bright, how is she a single mother with an active baby daddy and a fiance? Like, technically she is a single mother, right? She's not single and she's single and she's a mother. She's unmarried and she's a mother. So technically she is. No, it's a patch.
I know, address it. It's in the comments. They said
I addressed it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I addressed. My sister's watching and producing me. She's like, you have to address this. If you're just coming in, this is not a decoration. This is my star patch that I wear whenever I have zits. It helps protect my skin. It pours out the whatever the zit stuff is, and it prevents me from picking it. So I just leave it on because, you know, it ain't cute and I don't want to pick it. So that's what that is if you're tuning in, if you're just tuning in. But yeah, I think that Porsha's, I will be honest, I think that Porsha said that because, of course, it would, the single mother comment, because, of course, it would dig at Dennis. But technically, she's right. She's unmarried and she's a mother, single mother. But we all know, or at least Porsha, how it looked as if you said it was to make a dig at Dennis, as if he is not active in his child's life. Let me answer two more and then I'll get into the review. Hey, Missy. Missy said, this show is not that good, but I can't stop watching. Every episode has a spotlight on a different family member and their shenanigans. I will say this. I watched the first episode of this season and I was bored. I will say, although I was bored with the first episode, I am very interested in this season. If this show continues to do well, because the numbers are there, I don't think that Porsha is coming back. I think this is her tardy for the party. I think this is her tardy for the party. The ensemble cast. I know that Porsha is the star. Dennis and Simon are supporting, and the aunts and the cousins, the rest are day players. But the cast is very interesting, and they deliver. The cast is very, very interesting, and they deliver. If this show continues to do well, I don't think she's coming back, and I don't blame her. I don't blame her. Go back to being an ensemble cast member, getting probably paid half of what you were making, you know, on you know, your own spinoff show, and having to fight with people you don't like for camera time. Like, I get her not going back to that if that is the case. Bianca said, I was with Og. Then when she said, I thought this was family, but I don't know these people. Oh, the Aunt Liz. I love Aunt Liz. Just messy, comical, don't hold back, great for TV. Greta said, I still don't understand the purpose of the trip to Mexico. Too many random folks going on a free trip. Greta, the purpose of the trip to Mexico was content. It was content. That's it. It was content, and they delivered. Let me get into this review because I know you guys have a lot to say. Porsha's Family Matters, episode 4, Dennis the Menace. Porsha's aunts are the stars of this family. From Aunt Lonnie, I'm sorry, from Aunt Liz going, the healer is lost in Blackland. Is the healer black? I don't know. I feel like she's like biracial or something. I feel like we are in there somewhere. But the thing that takes me out is that Aunt Liz continues to act like this lady. Well, maybe she's not black, but I see black. I'm just like, ma'am. She was like, "Oh, the healer is lost in Black folk land." Her comments and her facial expressions, she is hilarious. But from her saying that the healer is lost in Black folk land to what is her name? What is her name? It's not Aunt Liz. It's the others. It's the other aunt. What is the other aunt's name? I know it begins with a D. I'm telling you, I'm gonna get these names. I know Londi is the messy cousin. Aunt Liz is the civil rights aunt. Who was the other aunt that had the Holy Ghost? Shoot, I was just about to talk about her. Storm's mom. What's the aunts that Storm's mom? Guys, let me know. Let me know what is Storm's mom's name? I know y'all got it. Oh, the healer's wife. Oh wait, somebody said that she's biracial. Oh my gosh. Oh really? Strange Black Media. Thank you so much for the super chat. Strange Black Media said her ratings are decreasing every episode though. Wow. I will say I was going off of the views that her show is getting on YouTube. I haven't checked on TV, but I know that she's getting a lot of views for the episodes that Bravo puts up. Really? I had no idea. Thank you so much for that info. Thank you so much for that info. Aunt Darlene, yes! From Aunt Liz saying the healer is lost in black folk land to Aunt Darlene crying about her feet. What happened? Like, what was going on there? So they're at this like healing circle. First of all, I don't want to be disrespectful because that's not my culture. For me, I felt like it was kind of disrespectful to have like tourists swimming in a crypt of your people. Maybe it was explained wrong, but wow, where was the healing in that? I just didn't understand the healing and them like exploring and swimming through Mayan remains. I didn't get that right. Aunt Liz ain't get it either. When when the tour guide was explaining that to them, she was like, I was like, oh, here come Aunt Liz. Anyway, so they're at this circle and everybody is releasing things. Londi, you were messy. What you released was an attack on Storm. We will get into Londi and Storm's relationship. Anyway, everybody is like releasing things. Dennis's mother, Porsha didn't accept what she was releasing, but I felt like she was trying Porsha. I really, really did. I think that you don't like her because you feel like you cannot fully, when you were with Dennis, you could not fully possess him. I don't want to say possess like you're a demon, but you know what I mean? Like you couldn't have full access of him because his mother still had a part of him. So I feel like that is your beef. And I feel like you'll have eternal beef with Dennis's mother unless you are honest with yourself that you are still in love with your ex-fiance. Because girl, we see it. We see it. Anyway, everybody is releasing things. I won't say that this does not matter. I won't say that this was minimal. It was just so off the wall for me. Like everybody was releasing stuff. Liz was releasing ghosts from the civil rights movement, and she was just oh wait a minute, I'm confusing. That's not the circle yet. This is, I'm sorry, forgive me, but we'll get to that. This is when they were all at the table and everybody was talking about what they're giving up. Then we'll get to the circle. Thank you. I got it, Star Family. I got it. Anyway, it was just so off the wall. I felt like everybody, what they were letting go of, what they were working on was on point, on topic. And then Aunt Darlene comes in and starts crying, right? So you think like it's probably something about Storm, or it's probably something that we would all think would hold a bit more weight. When she started talking about her feet, I was like, ma'am, are you serious? And then she started talking about how she was being teased for, having Incredible Hulk feet. And then we cut to Dennis's confessional because we see Dennis trying to get a look at her feet, which makes sense. Wouldn't you look at her feet? Like, what is going on? Aunt Darlene, cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Great for TV. Great for TV. Porsha's family is showing out. Then Aunt Liz is just like, well, I'm confused here because I don't know why we're all on this trip to Mexico because I don't know these people. You're saying that everybody is family, but I don't know these people. Aunt Liz, I love you, but you were dead wrong. You were very rude to especially look at Dom and say, I don't know you. You're not my family. So why are you on this trip with me? Just because you are family with one person does not mean that that person does not have their own family or their created family outside of their bloodline, right? So just because this isn't your family does not mean that it's not Porsha's family. And although I love you, I think that you're comical. You give me typical Black auntie. That was very rude and disrespectful of you to do, especially to Dom. And Dom did not have to take that the way that he did, because he could have got you together, because he is grown as well, just as grown as you are. You might be a bit growner, but that's a grown adult. And I didn't like that. I thought that was very rude. Miss T, thank you so much for the super chat. Miss T said, I heard Auntie Darlene has been in several Tyler Perry stage plays, and that's how she learned to perform. I can see it, because that is exactly what she's giving. That is exactly what she's giving. I believe it. I absolutely believe it. Oh my goodness. Oh, and people were saying that I had Incredible Hulk feet. Poor Storm, because every time her mom talks, Storm goes, oh Lord, because she knows. She knows. Before anybody else can see what's about to happen, Storm already knows. And that's probably one of the big problems she has with you, Mama. You're embarrassing her. Anyway, then Little Peach Juice and Dennis get into it at the dinner table. It's something going on. I don't know what it is, but maybe it's the fact that she said that Dennis pushed up on her. Whether it's true or not, I don't know. But Dennis is very annoyed by her presence. I don't know why, but it's like very weird that you are a grown man in your 40s and it's like early 20s, very early 20s woman like gets under your skin to the point where you are screaming at her, cussing her out, got to get up from the table because you cannot be around her. What is it, right? Like, what is the problem? I know that Storm goes hard on Dennis because of Porsha, but it's like, Storm's a kid to you. Storm's a combative child, right? Why are you even entertaining her? And why does she get under your skin more than Porsha? It was a little weird, Dennis. It was a little weird. You wouldn't even let her speak. Like, you were just so angry and like disgusted with her. So that would lead somebody for like me to believe that something else is going on that we just don't know, because every time she speaks, you have such a strong reaction and you have to make a negative comment about her. Why? What happened? What happened? Anyway, moving on. Storm is disrespectful. Absolutely. I'm not arguing that. She's great for TV, but she is absolutely disrespectful. But why are people in their 40s fighting with her? Right? Like, Storm is disrespectful. She's absolutely disrespectful. She bout it, right? She's about it girl. She's the epitome of ratchet, right? She is that girl who will meet you wherever you're at, right? And she will match it with the mouth, probably the hands as well. She is the kind of young lady who walks into the club and leaves out with her wig twisted because she did all of this, right? And she'll go back in. She'll go back in after you twisted her wig and thrown her around that club and popped her titties out. She will come back. She will adjust them titties, adjust that wig, come back and scrap all over again. That is just Storm. Why are people in their mid, early, late 40s getting into it with a rah-rah girl? How you got the energy? How do you have the energy? Like, let her go. She's not worth it. Like, not saying that Storm is worthless, but it's like she a young rah-rah girl. You know what you're going to get. Move on. Chuckle, move on, say, okay, sweetie. And sometimes you gotta, okay, sweetie, and let it go. But this girl gets under y'all skin. And at some point, I have to look at the older people who's demanding respect from Storm. I have to look at you to be like, why are you going toe to toe with her then? Like, you want respect for her, but you fighting with her like you a rah-rah girl as well. Like, what's going on here? I'm sorry. When you're older, at times you just got to rise above it, especially when you know what you're dealing with. You're not going to have a civilized conversation with a rah-rah girl. It's not happening. Storm is a rah-rah girl. She fights, she cusses, she gets into it. And then after she does all of that, right? Then after she busts out windows and slash tires and throw a brick at your baby mama head, then she want to cry and talk and have a conversation about it. That's what you got to get. That's what you got to go through first with her before you can get to some kind of conclusion. Why even entertain that? That's all I got to say. Absolutely disrespectful. That's why she's on the show. That's why she's on the show. Season 2, she's trying to fight Londi. That's why she's on the show. Hello. Lauren calling Dennis her brother-in-law. Absolutely disrespectful. Absolutely disrespectful and messy. Absolutely disrespectful and messy. It was so messy. Even messy Londi looked at you and was like, ooh. And Londi is the messiest out of everybody. She looked at you like, that's too far. Calling Dennis your brother-in-law, listen, he's not. That is your niece's father, your sister's ex-fiance baby daddy. Simon, if they do get married, will be your brother-in-law, right? So voicing that in front of people, in front of Dennis, it just creates a very toxic and messy environment. And the environment is already toxic and messy. You don't need to add to it. So the fact that you are acting like you didn't know what you said was like, problematic. I'm watching you, Lauren. I'm watching you. I hope that you and Porsha are producing the show together, because you moving in a way where I'm like, I don't know if you two gonna be here season 2. If this show gets a season 2, I just felt like it was disrespectful. Everybody in the room was like, you know what I mean? Like, imagine if Simon was there and heard that. I get the situation. I totally understand, but you were being messy. You were being messy by doing that and then playing dumb. Girl, no. I hate to say it, but I'm here for the Mama Gina and Simon beef that will come, because Simon, I don't know why, of all people, you know what? As I was about to say it, I kind of understand what's happening now. Because I was just like, why does Simon have the beef with Mama Gina, right? When he was talking to Porsha and he was just like, I'm going to tell her to stay the F out of our business. What me and Dennis have does not concern you. This is for PJ. How do you think that's going to go over with Dennis? Like, you are saying that you want to have a healthy co-parenting relationship with Dennis because you were going to be PJ's stepfather. How do you think telling his mother, who is his world, to shut the F up and mind her business? What? Like, how? Are there any sensible adults in this situation? And he kept on saying it. He said it to the scene in the scene with Porsha, and he also said it in his confessional. How do you think that's going to go over? Andy, we need a reunion. We are going to need a reunion, because this has to be addressed, right? And I was saying before it hit me, I was like, I don't know what his beef is with Mama Gina, but then I realized Porsha despises Mama Gina, right? And if you laying down with Porsha and you having that pillow talk, all of her enemies are going to become your enemies. So that's what that is. Porsha's main enemy out of all of this is Mama Gina, because Mama Gina has always been there, right? Mama Gina was never allowing Porsha or any other broad to take over her son fully. She always kept the space in his mind and in his heart. And any woman trying to take over that would have beef with that, right? Instead of like a sensible woman, if you really want the dude, you're just going to work it out with the mama, because you know that she has a huge influence on him. But I think because Porsha could not fully infiltrate Dennis 100% through and through, because his mother was always in his ear. His mother was always directing him in this relationship, and his mother always protected him and his mess, right? Good or bad, right? I think that's what her issue is. Instead of being mad at Dennis, because I don't think that she can fully be mad at Dennis because she still loves him. I'm sorry, she's still in love with him, right? So I don't think that she can fully go there with him, but all of her disdain and anger could definitely go to the mother, who she feels is responsible for her not being with her child's father. That's what I see. I could be wrong, but that's what I see. Anyway, now I understand what Simon's beef is with Mama Gina, but I'm just like, how do you think your relationship with Simon is going to move forward when you were on this platform talking about you're going to tell his mother to shut the F up and mind her business. Wait a minute, is that going to be the fight? Because that makes sense. That makes sense if Simon says something to Mama Gina and Dennis goes off on him. That makes sense. Then that will explain why Porsha and Simon is doing all this damage control on Instagram. Dennis ain't said nothing, but y'all doing all of this damage control because y'all know we probably gonna side with Dennis. Y'all know we probably gonna side with Dennis when we see that episode. Ciao. This is a good show. I'm here for it. But the only reason why I said I'm here for that beef with Mama Gina and Simon is because Mama Gina don't back down from nobody. She don't care about them cameras. She don't care about them cameras. She don't care about this being your show. You ain't never gonna get that woman together and win, which is probably why, Peach Juice, I gotta be honest, which is probably why your mother didn't want to come on this trip. Because what your mother said, I'm not saying that she told Mama Gina that you was cheating. I'm saying that there is probably some truth to that. And I don't think she wanted to confront Mama Gina because, like I said, you're never going to get that lady together and win, right? You're not going to win her. You're not going to win with Mama Gina in a battle of words. She got something for you before you even finish the sentence that you think that you're saying to read her, right? She already got something in the arsenal, which is why she's great for TV, right? But I think that that's why Porsha's mom did not come. And I think that's why I'm here for a beef with her and Simon, because although Simon has, a wisdom quote for everything, every situation going on right here, and although he's presenting himself a certain way, I feel like that is going to be the character to show us another side, to show us a side that them ex-girlfriends who he makes sure he gets all of his stuff from. Dennis told you, he said, Porsha, make sure you look out for that. Make sure you hear that, because he said it. He said, every person that I'm with, that I'm no longer with, I make sure I get all my stuff back. I'll get your robe for you. Porsha, I hate it. I hate to say it, but I feel like if this relationship goes south, you're going to have so much footage that Bravo is going to use in a flashback when these things happen, right? Like when Simon brings his movers. I'm like, what kind of movers do you have that goes and gets all of your stuff from somebody else's house? What kind of movers are that? Like, movers just, whatever you put out for them to move, they pick it up and they move it to whatever location. You mean to tell me they're going into the homes of your exes and taking the stuff that they're holding on to? That's not movers. It sounds like some hitmen. Like, that's what it was given to me. But anyway, stay woke, Porsha. Stay woke, because I feel like that is going to be used in a flashback if it ever comes to that. I hope it doesn't, because you seem to be very happy. But if it ever comes to that, Bravo got that footage. Stay woke. But yeah, I feel like Mama Gina is going to show a side of Simon. If he, really intends to come for her, she's going to bring out a side of him that we haven't seen. And that is the unpolished side. That's who she's going to bring out, which is why that beef will be monumental. Anyway, I'm with Dennis on this one, Porsha. I'm on Dennis's side with a lot of stuff. But when Dennis was talking about bringing somebody out to Mexico, first of all, nobody really knows why you're there, right? It's supposed to be healing. Y'all haven't healed yet. Dennis, who is your ex-fiance, who, let's be real, the both of y'all are still in love, and both families are still pushing for you guys to be together, except for a couple people in the family who want Porsha to end up with this oil money, right? But a lot of people are rooting for this relationship, because a lot of people who see outside of the money see that the both of them are still pretty much in love with each other. Like, it's just there. It's just there. We can see it, which is why I always tell you guys, I'm not saying that there is nothing wrong with a man that has children. I try to steer away from that, because the first baby mama, there's always some kind of connection that you could never get. You will never be able to get that same connection that he got with the first baby mama. He might hate that heifer, but she stays on his mind. And you can never occupy that space. That is just my opinion. I could be wrong, but as for me and my house, I try to stay away from those situations. That's all I'm saying. But there is a very strong connection that these two have. Everybody can see it, right? Everybody can see it. Everybody try to dance around it, but everybody know what it is. Everybody knows what it is, right? So I'm on Dennis's side with bringing in work, because why can't he have somebody here as well? Like Porsha has her whole fiance on this trip. Why can't he have somebody? If you two are not together, if you don't want him, why can't he bring somebody on this trip that at this point is just looking like a vacation, right? Y'all, like, nobody really understands what's happening here. Not even the viewer. It's supposed to be about healing. Y'all been fighting this whole damn time. Ain't nothing been healed yet. So what is really the purpose of this? Like I said, I believe it's just content, right? You always can get stuff going on a trip, which is why Bravo always pays for their cast to go on these trips, because there's always something that will come out of it. And a lot of it is great content. So why can't he bring somebody? You want him to be sitting there watching you and your fiance all booed up and in love, knowing that he still has feelings for you, knowing that you still have feelings for him, and he's sitting there uncomfortable. Let him bring somebody. If you don't want him, you don't care. Right? She can't come to dinner with y'all. She can't come to breakfast. Okay, if you guys are doing family healing circles, she don't have to be there, because he don't even call her his girlfriend. He calls her work. So she don't have to go to the stuff that is really important and passionate for the family, because that's his work. Now, if that was his woman or his fiance, of course, or his wife, of course she would be required to go to those things. And there's nothing that Porsha can say. But she is work. Let him have somebody there too. Like, let's be real. He brought somebody to make Porsha feel some sort of way, because Porsha got her fiance on this trip to make him feel some sort of way. They are playing these games. They are playing these games. And unfortunately, Simon and Dennis's work is caught up in a mess, because neither one of them want them. Porsha don't want Simon, and Dennis don't want the work. But they are doing this little petty stuff to make each other jealous and get a reaction. And Dennis, it worked. Dennis, it worked. As we're going to see in the next episode. It worked. Take his slut and his mother. It worked, because if you don't want him, why do you care? Messy. I like this show. I like this show. Let's get to the cleansing circle. Aunt Darlene. Now that you guys let me know that she's a Tyler Perry stage play actress, I get it. I get it. When she caught the Holy Ghost hugging Storm. Oh, great TV. Great TV. Something happened there. And I think this moment made me understand Storm, Little Miss Rah-Rah, Little Miss Peach Juice, understand her a lot better. Because something happened with her mother. Because her mother is very repentant. She is very repentant, and she apologizes all the time and always makes excuses for her daughter's anger. Something happened, and we might not find out about it on this season, and maybe next season if they get a season 2, hopefully, because I'm here for the show. But something happened there, because I'm telling you, Aunt Darlene is always apologizing for Storm's behavior. She's always trying to make amends with her. At this healing circle, she's trying to make amends with her. And she was just like, she don't hug me, and I want my daughter to hug me. I want her to hug me. I love it. And so when Storm goes to hug her, she... The healer lost in Black folk land. She don't know what's going on, but she just, she caught the Holy Ghost, because I guess her daughter has not shown affection to her for some time now. And nobody says why, but something happened. She was making it seem like she wasn't present in her life because of work, but something else is going on. You just don't walk around like Storm with that much anger for no reason. Something happened. Something happened. Again, I don't know if we're going to get to it on season 1, but there's something there, because why are you always repentant to your child? Why are you always making excuses for her poor behavior because you feel responsible because something happened to give her that, to make her harden or have this kind of reaction where she feels like she has to fight for herself over the littlest things. Something happened. Dom's facial expressions, we don't hear a lot from him, and I think we'll hear more from him in the next episode. We don't hear a lot from him, but I don't need to hear a lot from him. Why? Because his reactions are top tier. Top tier. Aunt Liz and Dom have the best reactions. I'm glad that we're going to get more of him next week, but even if he never speaks, his reactions, A1. I love it. All Dom does is sit there with a drink and go, whoo, like he's hilarious. I love him. Aunt Liz, when she released the civil rights movement, and started to explain her upbringing, I got it. I knew exactly who she was. Exactly who she was, because so many of our elders who have been a part of the civil rights movement, experienced the civil rights movement, lived through that time, right? So many of them carry so much pain from that time. So many of them still live in that, right? Which is why I had to learn how to speak and think about my elders, because and I think we all need to do that, right? Like, especially them idiots that make that "I am not my ancestors" shirt. You're not. You're weak. Our ancestors were not. You're nothing like our ancestors. But I think that that's something that we all should look at and examine within ourselves, right? Because we see them, or sometimes our elders, we'd be like, oh, it's not worth it. Or no, 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 it's okay. Or, we just see them in a way. And I guess some of us would see it as a weakness, right? But then you have to think about what they lived through, how they experienced it, and how that shaping from the time that they were very young to pretty much being, grown adults. This was the world that they lived in, and there were, deadly results for them doing something that you consider as just basically standing up for themselves, right? So like stuff that you could be doing, they're like, no, 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 don't do that. Calm down. It's okay. There's another way to do it. You're like, oh no, that's weak. That's a different time. We can do it like this now. But you have to realize that's trauma. A lot of them are speaking and existing through trauma. So I feel like that's something that the generation that has benefited from their struggle, from their deaths, from them fighting, need to take that in and just see our elders in a different light. Because when she said that, I got it. When she released those ghosts, she basically was just like, I spent so much of my life fighting that she didn't spend enough time existing or just living life, and she's doing that now. And I'm really really happy for Aunt Liz. I got it. I got who she was, and I was able to understand her a bit wrong. Londi was dead wrong, from two things, right? From releasing what she was releasing in the healing circle. What you were releasing was an attack on Storm, right? Which just baffles me why these people in their 40s are fighting with this kid. It's weird, right? So Londi explains a bit more about her relationship with Storm, and in her confessional, she's just like, I've known her since she was in middle school, and our relationship has always been like this. And I'm like, you've been fighting, you've been beefing with this child since she was in middle school? You are the problem. You are the problem. Why has this kid been getting under your skin since she was in middle school, and you've always been an adult to her? Weird. Very, very weird. I was like, you've been beefing with her since she was what, 8? Weird. Weirdo vibes, right? So anyway, Storm is opening up a bit, right? Even rah-rah girls have heart. She's opened up a bit, and she's talking about how she was in an abusive relationship. Nobody's shocked. When she said that, I was like, I see it, right? I absolutely see it. And not saying that it like justifies her behavior, but I see it. And she didn't even have to say it. did not even have to say it. But she starts opening up a bit about her situation. And then the other side of the table, and I was glad Porsha got them together because she was like, she's opening up and y'all talking over her and y'all just being real disrespectful. Everybody had their moment to talk and express, pass around this healing stick or whatever. Everybody had their moment, and here you are speaking over her because you don't like her, right? So she's speaking about her trauma. So you know when you speak of your trauma, you're already in a sensitive space. Speaking about her trauma, opening up to her family who probably had not known that she was in an abusive relationship, mentally, physically, and verbally abusive relationship with this man, and you're talking over her while she's already a rah-rah girl, and now this rah-rah girl is in a sensitive space, right? And not only are they talking over her and disregarding her, they're talking about her. Porsha, check your assistant. I hated what she said about Storm. She was just like, oh, just because somebody beat you up doesn't mean that you got to beat up other people. No doy, right? Is that just a Philly term? No doy? I feel like it is, no doy. But like, yeah, okay, dummy. We all get that. We all get that. Ain't nobody excusing her behavior, but I mean, if somebody is telling you that they were in an abusive, if somebody is telling you that they're in an abusive relation, that they were in an abusive relationship, in that moment, you saying just because you got beat up on doesn't mean that you can beat up on other people, does not help the situation. And you should be old enough to know that, right? So while that is also going on, Londi then says to Storm, so, I hear that you were in an abusive relationship. Is that why you act a certain way? And I'm so glad that Storm cut her off because it was just wrong. It was wrong in that moment while this woman is talking about her trauma. You turn it to make it about you and say, well, because you were in this abusive relationship, that is why you treat me this way. She was in an abusive relationship when she was an adult. You were beefing with her since she was 8. You are the problem. You are the problem. And there are so many adults who be beefing with children, jealous of these kids, got issues with them because they think they got a better life, and y'all be in their family. Y'all be in the family. You're the older cousins, the older aunts, and y'all traumatizing these kids because y'all beefing with a child at your big age because you don't like the fact that the kid probably got a better life, had a better, got the better end of the stick, or is more popular, or is it, there are so many adults who have issues with children. I'm telling you, people at their big ages are jealous of kids. It happens. We all have an auntie, right? We all have an older cousin who for some reason never really liked us until we became an adult. We realized you were hating on me and I was 6. It happens. It happens, as we see here. As we see here, Londi has been beefing with Storm since she was a kid. Because let me tell you something, Londi, right? If it were anybody else and not Storm, who was Miss Rah-Rah, you would have got checked by the whole table. But because it's somebody who was a rah-rah girl who's been fighting with people for a minute, not too many people are jumping to her defense, except for Porsha, who, I gotta be honest, has ulterior motives, right? Because this chick is gonna ride for her, especially when it comes to Dennis. That aside, I'm glad that somebody stood up for her because it was just ugly. It was just really, really ugly. I'm like, she's talking about being in an abusive relationship, and for some reason, the both of y'all got something negative to say when somebody is sharing trauma like that. I get that you were abused, but why are you being mean to other people? How was that productive? How was that healing? I don't get it. There is at my big age, there is nobody, no teenager, nobody in their 20s that is getting me into a space, right? Like where I'm ready to fight somebody that I could be your big sister, I could be your mother. Like I'm just, for what? Like what do I look like beefing with somebody that's 19? What does that do for me? At my big age, I'm letting this kid get under my skin. Now, granted, Gen Z got a mouth. We're not gonna lie. Gen Z got a mouth, and they have perfected the read. I will give you that, but still, Mike, really? I get that you got beat up. Is that why you're mean to me? You know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. And that was ugly. That was really, really ugly. Anyway, I'm here for this show. That's all I want to talk about. I'm here for this show. I think it gets better and better and better. I know that Porsha is the star, but that ensemble cast is delivering. The day players and the supporting cast members are delivering. I will say this, Porsha, I don't know how much control you have over the show. I think this baby of this show may have gotten a bit away from you because I think certain people who you wanted to be the villains of the show are not actually looking like villains to the audience. Gotta say, did you watch the show? Like, were you a part of the editing process? Because girl, whew, it's not looking like it's your show anymore. It is Dennis Family Matters. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. Let me get your comments. Tracy said, Star Family, the number changes every day. Please like the video. It helps the channel grow. We're looking to get to 3.1 million by the end of the year. 11 days, we can do it. Absolutely. Miss Brown Sugar said, I feel like you're alluding to a Tyler Perry-esque backstory with Aunt Darlene. Oh, really? Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Could be. It could be that she was doing all those Tyler Perry plays and wasn't home, and left Storm with people who probably harmed her. Who knows? But there is something there. There is something there. She is always in every scene. She is apologizing for the mother that she was to Storm. She's not telling us what happened, right? But she's sorry for the mother that she was to her. There's something there. Oh, you think that? Greta said the grandmother probably raised Storm and not the mama. I hate the fact that I immediately thought of the dinosaur baby, not the mama. Do you remember that show? Did the show come out in the 80s or the 90s? I think it was the 90s because I really remember that show. I think it had to be the 90s for me to remember it the way that I do, but what the hell was that? And it was a hit show, not the mama. Sure did. Sure did. Dr. M said, this whole thing is BS. Porsha really out here trying to make us think she is not trying to produce a show. She should have stuck with her activism. I think she was trying to produce the show. But see, this is what happens. Shout out to Reese G and everybody at Chase in Dallas. But this is what happens when you are not only an EP, but also a cast member. You lose control of the story because you may think that you're producing yourself to look a certain way. And I'm telling you, it is always the opposite. Every cast member who was also an EP of any reality TV show always looks the opposite of what they thought they will look like on the show. They are producing these scenes, they are creating a narrative, and it always goes the wrong way for them. That's why it's best to remain an EP or a cast member. You can never do both. It will not work out for you. I think she's producing, right? But I think she thinks it's going to go a different way. I really, really do, because I just don't understand the reactions that her and Simon are having online. The reactions to me are telling me that the viewers are seeing something different than what you thought you were putting on the TV screen, right? So they're getting a different narrative than you thought, right? You thought that we will be like, oh, Dennis is terrible and Peach Juice is amazing, and I love this relationship with her and Simon. But that's what you think, right? That's what you produce. But when you hand it over to us, we all have our own interpretation. The show has their own interpretation. The director for these scenes have their own interpretation. The editors have their own interpretation. And whatever, like how many avenues this show goes through, When they give it to us, this is what we take from it. And I think she saw something differently, because why else would she be her and Simon? Why else would they be reacting that way? And I honestly think that something else is going to come out this next episode, and I don't think it's going to look well for the both of them. I really don't. I really, really don't, because we're not going to see this episode for like over almost a week, right? The next time we see this episode, it'll be in January. So yeah, over a week. So not quite 2 weeks, but why are you doing all this now? I think we're going to see something. And I think we're going to be, those who are Team Dennis, I think are going to be even strong Team Dennis people. And I think people who were, in the middle or Team Porsha are probably going to start to see a different light. And I don't think she's expecting that. She knew, right? She's used to this, Miss T. Storm is over this. She knew. She knew. Me too, Missy. Missy said, I thought a bug fell on Aunt Darlene because Storm barely touched her for a hug. When she touched her and her mother started performing, Storm was like, oh, Lord. Like, Mom, really? Really? Let me get JG. JG said, I think it's because it's just work and not his girlfriend or someone he's seriously dating. It's only 4 days. He's a big boy. But I think if he wants somebody there to make him feel comfortable and to make Porsha jealous, he has every right, because Porsha's doing the same thing. We see it, guys. We see it. Porsha does not look at or react to Simon the way she reacts to Dennis. There's something there. And I think Simon sees it, but he has this hot, well-to-do American woman who has a TV show and fame. He has the money, she has the fame. And I think that that's something that he wants. He has fame now. He has a TV show. He's eating it up. And I think this relationship for the both of them is a relationship of convenience. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that, because a majority of relationships, especially in this capitalist nation, are relationships of convenience, especially with the upper class and 1%. Janice said Porsha just wants to rub Simon and Dennis's face. Absolutely. Which is why Dennis is going to rub his work in her face, and his mother is going to help him, because Mama Gina, she was getting her life talking to Dom about where Dennis was. Yeah, he had a friend. His friend is here. Yeah, it's a birthday. Yeah, so he's with a friend. She's good TV. Porsha, I would never bring somebody on my show who don't like me like this. Like, nah. I would never cast somebody on my show who don't like me. Never. Never. Like, girl, I hope, to be quite honest with you, I hope you guys are all in a good place and this is just for show. The reason why I'm leaning towards this is not for show and this show got away from you is because the way you were talking about Dennis on your Instagram. Like, you were throwing some shots. So I don't see how y'all could be faking this with the way you were talking about him. So we'll see. Minnie McKnight said what Simon said was he has movers to move every piece of his ex's belongings out of his house to their house after they break up. Really? Because I thought he said that he retrieves all of his things. But you could have listen, I only watched it once, so you could very well be right, Miss Minnie. Hey, Carmen Sandy. Carmen Sandy said, it sounds like the scene in Diary of an Angry Black Woman when he drug her out of the house with the movers outside. Listen, powerful men can do powerful things. So be careful the games you play with these rich guys. Be careful. Be careful. They not like these working class dudes. They can get stuff done. What did T-Boz's ex-husband say to her? He could erase her and make her disappear. That's how they talk when they got the coin. Kyra, I will not highlight that comment. Bravo's Jess Jonathan said Bravo was helping Porsha clown herself on her own show. This is the Underground Railroad train schedule dump. I honestly, guys, I think the show got away from her. That's why you can't cast people on your show that don't like you. The show got away from her. The show got away from her. Yes, which is why those 2 seats were highlighted right in front of Mama Gina, who had no problem telling everybody why Dennis was not there. Hey, Black Gal. Black Gal said Porsha is realizing that her getting with Simon to make Dennis upset is not working. Dennis and monogamy doesn't go together. Yeah, he's a playboy. He liked the ladies. And I think that Porsha also thought that, I'm Porsha. He probably was doing that with other women, but he won't do that with me. I always say that women, the way he treated that last chick, he's going to treat you the same way. You're not better. You're not better than that other woman. You're not. You're not. If a dude is trash before he gets with you, he's going to be trash while he's with you. Men never change for women. Men never change for their kids. Men change for other men or for themselves, but they never change for women or children. That's why having his baby and thinking that he's going to be a better father to your child than he was to the last 4 kids. He's going to be a better father to my child because I'm this woman. I'm prettier. I'm educated. I'm lighter. I have, good hair. I'm skinny. I got a big butt. I got money. I'm educated. I come from a powerful, famous family. He'll treat me different. It never happens. And you guys are always shocked. You know why you're always shocked? Because you're blaming the woman that he was with before you for his poor behavior and not him. Your excuse is, oh, he's like that with her because that's what she accepts and that's who she is. That's who he is. You're going to find out. And unfortunately, you're going to find out when you get your own child. Jess Anuthason, hey, said Porsha has done so much shady stuff. She's probably scared he was going to bring the girl to the cameras. She should be scared and would deserve it. Oh, all right. Hey, Mama Gina. Kyra said P. Willie would want another season if they even offer one because she isn't she wouldn't want another season if they even offer one because she isn't the fan favorite here. I think if the check is right, if the coin is right, I think she'll do it. I think she will probably try to have more control, but child, once you give a show to a network, it's their show. It's their show. Shout out to Married to Medicine. Like, it's their show. You might have put the cast together. It might have been your idea, but you sold it to the network. It's their show now. JG said he definitely wanted a rise out of Porsha to prove to Simon she's still mine. Yeah, I think they're doing the same thing though. So I'm not taking a side here. I think they're both doing the same thing to each other. Dennis absolutely knew inviting his work out there was going to get a reaction out of Porsha. Porsha absolutely knew that Dennis sitting at that table, seeing her all on Simon, was going to get a reaction out of him because these two want to be together, but neither one of them wants to compromise. So what they're going to do is have these relationships with other people because these two will never be able to compromise. Porsha wants Dennis to be a certain way. Dennis wants Porsha to be okay with how he is. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, they'll never be able to meet in between. They'll never be able to meet in between. So what they'll do, still have these feelings, but be in other relationships while still having an issue with the other moving on. Messy. Great TV. Great TV, though. Let me get some newer comments. Let me scroll down. Hey, Elise. Elise said, hey, Star family and mama. Oh, she's not here. She's out doing her Christmas shopping. She's going to be so mad that I did this without her. Can't bring myself to watch Peach Juice, but just wanted to stop in. See y'all for Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Thank you, Elise. I had no idea until I started reviewing this show how many people are not fans of Peach Juice. Like, on Real Housewives of Atlanta, I always felt like when I did that review, it was always Pretty even. It was peach juice stands and it was Kenya stands, and they were all fighting for who they love. So it was pretty even. So I could not really see it, but reviewing the show, I realized that not a lot of people like her. Now, a lot of people love her, absolutely, but I did not know that, a lot of viewers have a certain idea of her. You know what you said, and I couldn't highlight that comment. You know what you call Simon. uh, Phil said the show was trash. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. I actually am starting to like the show a bit more. Oh God. Ciao. Am I getting more zits? Please. That may work. That may work. Just Anu said, I didn't truly dislike Porsha until she used activism as a storyline. That was so disrespectful. Haven't heard anything about it since. Well, Yasmin said, I've never seen it for Peach Juice. She's always given inauthentic narcissism to me. Tracy said, a lot of her fans have switched sides because this show made her less likable. Okay. I wouldn't say for me that it made her less likable, because I don't look the way I look at Porsha and the way I look at these reality TV shows is totally different, right? I the same way like I look at The Bachelor and all of that. These people are actors or people who wanted to be actors or famous, right? So um they're doing a lot, turning up their life for a check, right? So I don't try to put too much into it. Like, that's why outside of the show, I don't care. I just talk about what they do on this platform, and we just review it then. So I really don't have any, like, I don't know anything personal about her. I don't have any personal opinions of her outside of the show. I will say I loved her on The Real Housewives of Atlanta because I thought that she was um an interesting character and a great ensemble cast member that could play against the other ladies. My dream cast will always be Nene, Porsha, Kenya, Sheree, Sheree, absolutely Marlo. Cynthia's needed. I know, not everybody goes up for Cynthia, but I absolutely love Cynthia. Did I mention Kenya? Kenya and Candy. I thought that was a good cast. I really, really did. I thought that that was a good cast. I felt like they played around a lot until they finally found it, and I enjoyed that cast. Unfortunately, ever since the sex dungeon, rape allegations, the show has not drugged. I won't say rape, drugged allegations. The show has not been the same, and I think it's because Carlos King was let go from that show. I think that he was the glue that made that show what we all loved and enjoyed. And I think that that mistake that he made, absolutely, with that storyline. Oh, I also think that Phaedra was a good. I like that. I like Phaedra part of that cast as well. I think that ruined the show because I think he was the visionary. He was the visionary. I think he got it. I think he knows this audience, and I think that he was the one that actually, made that ensemble cast work the way it worked. Unfortunately, he had to leave. Then the housewives' egos just became overinflated, and it was just no longer fun watching them anymore. But when that show was good, it was great. It was great. There's not even Potomac right now, in my opinion, can touch Atlanta in their good years. I think they were top tier out of all of these reality TV shows. They definitely deserve their flowers. Unfortunately, they ruined that platform for themselves. They ruined that platform for themselves. And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. Let me get two more comments and then let me get out of here. Hey, Kaylina. Kaylina said, Porsha really had a good co-parenting situation going on. I'm starting to think she wanted to end things this way with Dennis because otherwise she wouldn't have stopped boinking him. Listen, you and me, because I felt like they were still getting it in. This is okay, Kaylina, since you brought it up, this is what I think, right? I think all the way up until Porsha got engaged, I think they were still doing something. I think they were still doing something. And I think that Peach Juice just saw a really good opportunity. And it was just like, Dennis will never be what I want him to be for me. And although I love him and I want to make it work, it's not going to. And this is a much better opportunity. So let me just go after it. Not saying that our feelings for him, for Dennis, are done, but it's just like this is just a much better situation. And right now, this man treats her the way that she wanted Dennis to treat her. I say right now, because who knows what the future holds. You know, all the exes are saying, girl, we were in the same position you were in, but here we are, right? And also, remember that girl, that the Charlie Baltimore impersonator, who was saying that Simon was dating her at the same time that he was engaged to Porsha and still married to Fallon? Ciao. Stay woke. Stay woke. But I think up until she got engaged, I think they were still, you know, doing a forbidden dance. Hey, 2B Black Native, thank you so much for the super chat. 2B Black Native said, I like Fallon and Jalen's relationship better, even though they lied. Very happy for them. Porsha and Simon are a train wreck waiting to happen. Yikes. So a lot of you think this won't last. A lot of you think that Porsha and Simon won't last. It's just, gosh, it's just, I hate to say it, but the cameras are going to be rolling and we're going to be tuning in. I wish you guys the best. Carmen Sandy said, Carlos said Phaedra was lying on him. Really? We will never know the truth, because will they ever do a sit down and like discuss it? So we'll never know. We will never know. Wow. JG said, because Carlos knows how to produce. They have allowed fake storylines, relationships, and piggybacking on housewives for a storyline. No more authenticity. You can feel it. Absolutely. Carlos is a dynamic producer. Dynamic. Absolutely. Cameron said, my Atlanta dream cast is Nene, Porsha, Marlo, Kenya. Oh, you like Tanya? I like Tanya, but I like Tanya for the Real Housewives of Silicon Valley. I hope that happens. I think she would be better suited there. Cynthia and Eva and Shamari to come back as a friend of. I like Shamari on the You Can Lay Your Hands on the Front Side of My Window. Skeletons in My Closet. That show. I forgot the name of it. But I liked her better on that. I didn't like her on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I just felt like who we saw on the Skeletons in My Closet show was such a bright light. What we saw on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, I felt like she just was shrinking and maybe didn't feel accepted for whatever it was. I just think she was more freer on the Skeletons in My Closet show. We will see. Well, that's an interesting cast, Cameron. Thanks for sharing. Hey, Ryan. Ryan said Porsha did this show for damage control and to avoid scrutiny from the other Real Housewives of Atlanta girls because it backfired. I absolutely do think that with everything that she's going through, and Kenya being on the Real Housewives of Atlanta was also probably a reason why she decided not to go back to that show, because Kenya was going to absolutely get her together. Kenya was going to be on that girl's neck. And she knew it. She knew it. So what is Kenya going to do this season? Like, what is she going to do this season? She's not going to be for Candy. Her and Marlo going to be, they might actually end up being good friends. I don't know. Who's going to be for who this season? I can't see the Olympian getting into it with anybody, but who knows? Who knows? I will say it will always be team Real Housewives of Atlanta. I am not excited about that cast. I'm just not excited. I keep on trying to fake it. Like, I can't wait for that show to come back, but I'm just not excited. I'm not excited. Miss T said Porsha's still messing with him. That's why she had the robe. That's why this is so fresh to them. Because why are you chilling in your ex's robe? And she was like, that's my robe. That's my robe. You two, oh gosh. I see another baby. I see another baby. That's going to be Genesis. I'm telling you, they're not done. They're not done. They're not. Bria said, I'm sorry, but I want Shamari to come back. I want Shamari, who we saw on the Skeletons in My Closet show, to come back to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. If she's Shamari that we saw on that show, I'm not here for it. Skeletons in My Closet, Shamari, that's who I want. Hey, Missy. Missy said, Dennis embarrassed Porsha. Absolutely, I agree. Seems like she wanted this show as payback. Absolutely, I agree. I agree. 1000% I agree with you. And I think, he embarrassed her, she wants to embarrass him, but it's like, you both cannot embarrass each other when you're still in love with each other, because you're doing stuff from a place of pain that is very deep, because that pain once was love, and still love is there, right? So you're not acting in your right mind, because you're acting out of pain, you're acting out of hurt, you're acting out of love, and you think you look one way, but everybody can see what is actually happening. Everybody can see, no, I'm not, I'm over him, I'm like, no, I'm fine. You say that, but we all can see that you're not fine. We all can see that you still feel some sort of way about this. Because the people who are like over relationships act like Omarion. April was doing all of that stuff with Fizz. To this day, Omarion does not care, because he was actually over her. He did not want a relationship with her anymore. He made that very clear and concise, and he moved on with his life. So while April was on TV, her and Fizz falling apart about Omarion, he was living his best life, going viral on Twitter, meditating, having fun, doing photo shoots with his equally as hot brother, living his best life, not commenting on anything, not saying anything about April. All he said was, I wish the best for her and Fizz. Because he's done. When you're done, you're done. When you're not done, you act like this. The red lipstick hustler said it won't, because she likes eggplant, and Simon is, oh, child, what? Oh my God, red lipstick. You never talk like this. Oh my God. Yasmin said, I give P and Simon maybe 3 years, and that's generous. I'm not going to say my timeline. Peach juice, I just don't see it. I don't see it. Miss T said, I don't see love between the two of them. I see animosity for others. Porsha and Simon fake. Oh, nobody buying this. Wow. TL said, Porsha never reads the Yelp reviews. Candy tried to warn her about Dennis, but she wasn't hearing it. This is what I will say. If you're dating anybody in Atlanta, especially somebody prominent, talk to Candy first. Candy know all the tea. Candy know all the tea. She know, especially the tea about all the cheating men in Atlanta. Talk to Candy first. If there's anybody that you are interested in dating in Atlanta, talk to Candy. She got some tea. She got some tea, and she got a warning. She got a warning. Minnie said cameras will be rolling and Porsha will be cashing in. Yes, at the end of the day, Porsha going to win some coin. At the end of the day, she's going to fare better financially. She absolutely is. Next week's episode is going to do numbers. Not next week, but the following episode is going to do numbers. Absolutely. Absolutely going to do numbers. It's called Encore. Thank you, Kyra. Kyra said, yes, that is why Todd and Carlos was able to produce Encore together. Absolutely. Let me get two more, and then I got to hop out of here because I'm going to hop into the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. JG said, if the rumors of Bravo wanting to bring on Angela Simmons are true, I will be so done. She's like watching paint dry. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I feel like this show, if Real Housewives of Atlanta is going to do it, I would rather them just go with fresh people who are not Olympians. For some reason, I don't want to see an Olympian getting down in the reality TV show gutter. I don't want to see it. But, if she's going to do it, she's going to do it. But I think they would be better going with people who have not been on other reality TV shows, because although they may bring something new and fresh to the show, their image from that last, or the character they created on that last reality show, is still stuck in a lot of people's mind, and I don't think that they can get past that. So I would like them to go with prominent, wealthy people who want fame to be on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, who we don't know about, who have not been on the show before, who probably have auditioned but have not been on the show, who the show has been seeking out and have said no, like they have done with Kathy Hilton. They've been trying to get her for 10 years. She said no. She finally said yes, right? At some point, they will say yes. But I think people from other reality TV shows, they need to let that go. It does, because it doesn't transfer well. And unless you're Shamari. Shamari went to Encore and blew me away. So that can happen, but I just feel like we need to pick from a newer batch. Let me get somebody I haven't heard from before. Oh, you know what? I have heard from Jade, but I do want to address this one. Jade G said Amarion was blocking Fizz behind the scenes. Remember when J Boog went off of him because Amari cut them out of coming back on the tour? He played it smart to the public. I do remember that, to be quite honest with you. I do remember that. Now, was he doing that because he was upset with his friend? Probably. But Amarion seems like such a not about the mess kind of person. And I just think that he just did not want to be involved in that Love and Hip Hop mess. He could also be petty. He could also, have been, being petty, but I'm choosing to believe differently. But I could be wrong. Crazy sup, people. Crazy. JG said facts. Remember when Candy brought Gocha that told Gocha that told Demetria about dating Roger Bob and having crossing? Yeah. Demetria got off of that show with the quickness. She got off of that show with the quickness, and now she's doing great. She's doing great. She got off of the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and now she is booked and busy on network TV. Good for her. Good for her. JL said, but how about Todd? Is he a good guy for Candy? I'm genuinely curious because I don't follow them like that. I don't know. She seems to be happy. They're, doing very well in business. They're 2 kids in. Seems to be working. For her. Oh, okay. Masha Albertson said Angela Simmons and Neo are filming because she's a friend of Candy. Neo the singer? Wow. You know what? This might be Candy season. This might just be Candy season because the show is struggling for content. So this might be a season that Candy leads out. This might be a season. Jess Jonda said the prominent wealthy people of Atlanta, not the hood rich. I'm talking Friendship Baptist, Spelman, and Morehouse Wealth will never go on the show. Trust, I know the circle intimately. All right. Let Just Jonda tell it. JG said yes. Neil. Now that is somebody I would love. Is she going to be on the show? She will be great. I watched a reality TV show she was on before. She was good, right? But I think she's going to have an even better storyline now because she's like dating billionaires now. She was dating some billionaire that was like, I don't know if they're still together, but he was like owner. I think he owns the Brooklyn Nets or something. Like she's upgraded her life since Neo. And she had a great storyline. So I would be here for Monyetta. Oh, I would absolutely be here for her as a main cast member. Hey, Tracy. Tracy said, shout out to the NikkiStar replay gang. Thanks for watching. Please remember to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and share the channel to your social media. Thank you so much, Star family. She's filming. Thank you, Yasmin. Thank you all so much for joining me. I know it was last minute. Listen, don't get mad at me. Blame AT&T Uverse. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me. I'm about to hop into the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. That was bizarre. What a bizarre episode, but it was good. I'm going to hop into that, and then I'm going to get out of here and prepare for the holidays. Thank you all so much for joining me. If I don't see you in the next live, I want to say thank you so much for all of your support, and I hope and pray that you have a beautiful holiday, whether you celebrate or not. Take the time off and spend that time with you, your family. Do whatever you want to do that makes you happy, because you deserve. Love you, family. See you soon. Bye. Oh, she married the billionaire. Yes. This is what I'm talking about. We need this on that show. Oh, Monietta. Yes. I want her on the show permanently. Like, I want her as a main cast member. How was she married to a billionaire and she a friend of the damn show? Oh, bravo. You need me. You need me. Anyway, love y'all. Bye.